A few dudes booze up in the battling. Parked on Madison across from Nevada. We talked about the tattling some niggas did in Maryland. Plus discussed old homicides unraveling. I asked, was he dabbling? He laughed and said he managing. His Cardi frames was as clear as a camera lens. He hardly changed, no was near in comparison.
What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is sort of going to be an updated Scent Safari video on 4,160 Tuesdays. Some of their newer fragrances. Some of these are hard to get. We'll talk about them. You guys know my history with this brand. I sort of feel like a little bit of a brand ambassador. Long time ago, I purchased what I did on my holiday, did a video on it. Sarah watched it, liked it, and we just hit it off after that. Everything I love about perfume is encapsulated in 4,160 Tuesdays. Sarah went the indie route. She's hardworking. She's a great person. There's a great variety of fragrances. She uses top quality materials. She's an amazing owner. She's an amazing perfumer. I'm comfortable saying I don't love everything within the brand without fear of repercussion. It's never taken personally. And to me, it's sort of the indie l'artisan parfumé, whimsical themes and scents made with top-tier materials and classic perfume fashion. You guys know I did a fragrance with Sarah, Maxed Out. I get asked a lot, is you going to do something else? And hopefully, you know, a sequel will come at some point when we both feel it's ready to be done and when the concept's right and everything else is right. Sarah was really just generous enough to send me 4 new fragrances when, you know, we were talking on her Facebook page, and she talked about this fragrance she thought about putting out, an oud coffee fragrance, and I was like, wow, I really want to try that. And she's like, I got you, until she sent me that one and some other ones. 2 of these are going to be general releases from this mystery series she's doing, and 2 of them are going to be harder to get. I don't know if you can get them, so let's just talk through the 4 fragrances she sent me, and I'll let you know my opinions on these. The first one is called Up the Apples and Pears, and this one is from a mystery series she's doing. It sort of has a theme of a mystery. You know, Sarah was a writer before she did this, and each fragrance is sort of a piece of a mystery, and I think these will somehow be available in the United States. They'll definitely be available on the website. For normal pricing, nothing crazy on these. Up the Apples and Pears has notes of hops, pear, apples, mother's ruin at the top, roll-ups, whiskey, beer-drenched wooden floors in the middle, onion soup and brown bread in the middle, and you can see why I like this house so much. Now, this one was created this year, and I gotta be honest, I have to tell the truth, something about this one just turns me off. I really like boozy apple and pear fragrances. I love Apple Brandy by Killian, but something here, I don't know, maybe it's that onion soup, maybe it's the beer, it could be many different things, but the mixture of these 2, of all these like sort of savory notes with these sweet notes just rubs me the wrong way. I could definitely see liking this one down the road, but for now, oof, guys, I just don't know about this one. The apple and pear notes are really nice. I'd love to see them used elsewhere, but something here is just too strong for me and too off-putting, and it's not something off the top that I love. I feel like I'm going to have to get used to this one, and you know, I'm sort of giving you a first impression on these. The second one is also from this series. It's called Captured by Candlelight. And the notes in Captured by Candlelight are cognac, cinnamon, and toffee at the top, stewed fruits and toasted hazelnuts in the middle, a Papanax, candle wax, and oak wood in the base. And this one's awesome. It smells like a sweet, boozy, fruity dessert. And to me, honestly, what it smells like, and I've only had this a couple times at like gastro pubs in New York City, it smells like sticky toffee pudding, or just sticky toffee. It's thick, it's boozy, it's gourmand. It's like a cashmere blanket on a rainy fall night. It is gorgeous. It has a Christmas spice vibe. This is a great holiday fragrance. I could so see myself wearing this one on Christmas or Christmas Eve this year. I'd really be surprised if this wasn't my Christmas Eve fragrance this year. It's perfect for that. It's warming. I get like a flaming or fire note here. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. I know that fire doesn't necessarily have a smell when it's just like the flame, but it kind of does have a smell, and I feel like I get that. This feels like different to me than a normal 4160 Tuesdays fragrance. It actually reminds me a lot of two other fragrances that I've smelled. One I own, one I don't. The first one's called Noir Exquise by L'Artisan Parfume, and that one I do own. That was supposed to smell like roasting chestnut thing. That's really good fragrance. I reviewed that. I think Bertrand du Chauffeur was the nose behind that one. And then the other one this reminds me of is by Maison and Margiela's replica line called Fireplace. And it's a little different, this one. I actually think this one's a better quality than those two, but it has many of the same notes. It's just gorgeous. If you want one of those cozy by the fire gourmand scents, you cannot do better than this one, and this one will be released. These two, Up the Apples and Pears, and this one are going to be released hopefully in the United States, but worst case scenario, you can grab these from the 4000 website. The next two, a little bit different. So let's talk about the next two. First one is called An Excess of Carelessness, and this is one of the two scents that Sarah did inspired by the novel The Great Gatsby. The other one she did was called Old Sport, and they were made for the University of London's Living Literature Gatsby Party. And she actually made this with materials all in existence and used at the time. These were launched in May and immediately discontinued. There were actually 2 liters made of Old Sport and 1 liter made of this scent. So I was super grateful to get some of this. I mean, I'm really grateful to get all of these, to be honest with you guys. I'm just very grateful to Sarah in general. Now, in Great Gatsby, if you read it, Tom and Daisy were described as careless people. This one is Eau de Parfum, and it's got bergamot, violet, iris, lily of the valley, orris absolute, jasmine neroli, lang-a-lang, aldehyde C10, vanillin, ambergris, civet, labdanum, opoponix, benzoin, and heliotrope. This one's really interesting. It doesn't make me go gaga, but I like it. It smells like a throwback unisex scent that I could imagine characters in the novel wearing. And I respect the concept and the challenge behind this one very much. It's very floral, it's sweet, it's got a chewiness to it. I find it to be very much unisex through and through. This smells like a 4160 Tuesdays. It feels like it's got Sarah's signature on it. It's literally perfectly blended. It's sweet fruit, great floral blends, some resins. For me, I like it. It just, I don't know if it's something I'd go crazy to wear. Not necessarily my style, but I appreciate it. Reminds me of something that I can't put my finger on. It sort of smells like a certain type of fruit candy. That I can't remember right now, maybe a Now and Later, but it's pleasant. I would wear it. I just don't know if I'd go out of my way to buy it, given that it's like very rare. It's nice. It's just a nice fragrance to me. It's nothing blow away. But that's sort of my opinion on that one. The next one is easily the one I think I appreciate the most of the 4, and this one's called Black Velvet Cafe. And the story with this is Sarah has a friend who got some super expensive real deal oud, a small bottle of this oud. And so Sarah took dark roasted coffee, note or accord, and blended it with this oud. And she made a little bit of it. It's called Black Velvet Cafe. She's not sure if this will be released yet. You guys should pray and beg for her to release and sell this one regardless of the price, because this is crazy. I'm smelling it now. Oh my god, guys, this is just, I know a lot of people that are sort of saying they want that dark coffee scent. A lot of fragrances, intense cafe didn't do it for a lot of people by Montal. Oud Cafe didn't do it for a lot of people by Sarah. Pure Coffee by Terry Mugler. Well, this is dark roasted coffee and oud. That's it. It's a gourmand oud, and the gourmand is provided by a dark coffee note. This to me smells like espresso beans and oud, and that's it. And it is just insane. I love the fact that this is super limited. I have worn this a couple times. You can see I've gotten down on all of these a little bit. I test my shit, and I've gotten a lot of what is that. And it's cool when I'm like, oh, you know, the genius that made Maxed Out made this as well. And it's just like, whoa, you know, people have been like, wow, like this person's really top of the game, huh? And always I'm like, yeah, you know, I only work with the best of the best. So that's what this is. That's it. It's amazing. I love wearing this one. This is the sort of fragrance you wear in the winter, dressed up, and you know that you're the shit because no one else is wearing it, and no one can fuck with the fragrance you're wearing on that night, or day. So that's why I love this one. So guys, these are 4 fragrances sent to me by 4160 Tuesdays. Sarah, thank you so much for getting me these 4 hard to get fragrances. I would love to hear from you guys. Which one of these are you most interested in or excited about? Maybe if Sarah hears a lot about you guys liking one of these, she'll make them available easier. And that's it. You know, look for hopefully a sequel of Maxed Out at some point. Check the 4160 Tuesdays website. If you're looking for something to start with this amazing brand, let me know, and I can sort of give you some of my favorite fragrances from this brand, because there are quite a few. And I'll see you guys next week with more videos. Guys, you already know what it is. My name is Max.
In other words, I was up in clout. And from the curb, I need to pull a Labby Bird for I'm up and out. Without a sound, snatched my Guinness off the ground. Rose up, gave him a pound, and told homie, hold it down. You know the game.